I mean, to me, the cinema is like not the States. There's like Hollywood, New York, Paris, Rome, East. You know what I mean? Hong Kong. You know what I mean? There's like these outposts, Moscow. Of the whatever I forgot, but these outposts of the cinema. So. It's funny because independent is a conflict in terms because the film is a communal act by a group of people, at least the films I make. It's a communal act by a group of people who are trying to maintain their independence from the world, from each other, Again, we're one group, but we all are separate, spirit. So, I mean, because you have your right, how do you put this? All you have is your vision. All you have is your right. All you have is your right to film. Your right to make a film, and to pursue whatever that is. To make your film. That's all you have. There's nothing else. There is nothing else. So the independent spirit. The independent spirit is the communal spirit, but it has to be. I can't make your film. I think that's the essence of an independent film. I can only make my film with the people I want to make it with. But I have to defend that right, I'm not defend it. I just have to, it shouldn't be defended. It's inalienable. In the course of my life, I've compromised my right, thinking I had to, which was, a false belief of youth, of ambition. Of, just bad, wrong thinking, you dig? Because the only thing you have as a film director is the right to make the film. Where are you going to put the camera? Where the actor's going to sit? If you want it to sit over there, now whose film is it going to be? You want to sit there, I want you to sit there. It's as simple as that. But, it all has to come from one mind, and if it doesn't, then that's really not a film. A film, the director doesn't have final cut. First of all, doesn't have a director. Filmmakers then were filmmakers. No one thought to, that they were filmmakers just because they paid for. But I guess it's a tradition. The Pope paid for those paintings, right? So all these paintings are religious paintings. Da Vinci, Michael, they weren't making, doing paintings of people on the street. They were painting saints. So, I'm sure they had the same problems we had. I was trying to see the films of mine that, The Addiction was written by Nicky St. John, who's very Pasolini-esque himself, as a person. Very intellectual, very complex, right? So I just wanted to hear his voice again. I don't know, I wanted to see, you could pick any Pasolini film. What film is not worth sitting and watching, this guy doesn't play games when he makes movies. The films had such power when you saw them. It's too, once you walked, it's like you got the disease, You're any kind of filmmaker and you're going to sit in that theater, you're going to get it. You're not going to look at the cinema the same way after you see Hawks and Sparrows. It's just, you can't do it, being raised in a provincial part of Italy in the 20s, you're gonna have, it's a different take on religion. I was brought up in a very, almost in a very kind of similar Catholic, iconic way. I was brought up in an Italian-American neighborhood in the Bronx where, that was the party line. There were no agnostics in the neighborhood I came from. There were no Presbyterians either, There were Jews, but there were no Baptists.